everyone, I'm Angel Wu. Welcome to Taiwan is my home. Today our first series from England. Taiwanese husband who did design works after seeing paper or cutting art inspired made many beautiful pieces then. And in these delicate works, he placed many interesting observations of Taiwanese society. A sculptor knife of paper, taking drop things, not like drawing, adding lines, making pictures, paper craft, always needed to take things away, the nice white lines like a maze, cut or not like mathematics cutting by subtract. Cut, dig space, maze mathematics complete. Cut, beauty. Tim worked in theater jobs in England, never thought he would sit silent, fully concentrated, paper cutting didn't stop for hours. Represent Taiwan of his eyes in the cuts. Every time when there's a typhoon, every news station would ask reporters to go out standing in rains and storms, then say raining, big winds. We think it's interesting because, of course, rains and storms, there's typhoon. Then typhoon, people who work in the wind and storm become the news of the day. There is a big wave here washing this person away. He think it's cool, it's just like surfing, think it's great. There is a person here, he is lost in the way. Then there's a person here, but he's like falling down from the motorcycle. This is his motorcycle, car light lit. This big water flushing everyone away, being lost is also his feeling. All lived in Taiwan for 22 years, Tim still felt here new and fresh, but not really understand. Born in England, married a Taiwanese wife, long stayed in Taiwan, teaching English humbly. Kids always loved to surround the big and tall Tim, played and shelter. Tim couldn't understand. The pronunciation of the name became his nickname. At first he was a bit angry, thinking of this is the language barrier, cultural difference, really don't understand many things. Children's joke made the foreign person felt troubled, become a middle-age crisis. After teaching for 15 years, I felt very tired and depressed. I know I need to go back to art. A little boy kept telling me, "What do you need to do? What do you need to make?" In anxiety, Tim heard a little boy's voice. It's the 9-year-old him. One day, I drew a tree. I was 9 years old. My teacher came and told me, "My name is Timothy. That is the best tree I've ever seen. This is the best tree drawing I've ever seen." I then discovered I can do a good thing after all. I decided I'm going to be an artist. Teacher's encouragement is like a seed. Tim then really became an artist, major in sculpture, did theater designing after graduation. Sculpture creation became his income from drawing comics. But coming to Taiwan, Tim's art piece had another new face. These are self-inspiring books. When I see these books, then I knew paper of arts could be so incredible. Life Crisis 12 years ago, a traditional paper cutting book became his turning point. Tim saw Taiwanese traditional culture and saw himself who loved art creating before. His new tool is not a pen, but a cutter, but still nice, as not as smooth as a pen. First, even cutting round shape is hard for him. Middle-aged beginner wanted to know how to be free in the papers. Tim used a month of time learning himself. Don't just see the delicate direction of the knife. Need to use fingers and arms, even use the whole body strength. Artists use pen, taking cutter to paper, just like architects needed to think clearly when making the picture, knowing structure, delicate lines that if not torn. His paper craft is neat and observe the neatly of his surroundings. Many ideas is from his curiosity for to Taiwan. I read a news about 101. They're building 101 very high, then Songshan Airport warned that it's too high. The airplane might bump to it. I felt surprised. Why didn't they think it before? After doing papercraft for 2 years, Tim knows clearly this is the life that he wants. Didn't care family's disapproval. Tim quit the stable teacher job, concentrated in the world of paper cutting. Sculptured everything he heard and seen. On the thin piece of paper, every piece is Tim's observation feeling. Taiwan's big cockroach made Tim impressed. Recalled the battle scene in the kitchen. Tim took cutter again. To me, it's very interesting. What interesting is, when I see the cockroaches in the kitchen, I often felt troubled. Where did they come from? These cockroaches, where did they come from? In Tim's paper cut works, can always see a little boy in different forms. He brings energy. He's curious. He's naughty. He's excited. Maybe he became frightened. He had characteristics that every child have. I like a character can say stories used in my paper works. That little boy Daniel. He sees everything as if everything is the first time. Observe surrounding, knowing Taiwan, Tim's creativity and idea got friends' approval. He then decided to make an exhibition then, but the result made him disappointed. Remember, I was shocked then because I only sell a few. I thought I would sell more because this is my new job. Then I knew, art career is harder than I thought. Coming back to the reality from the joy of creation, understanding art couldn't give him as food as fast as he thought, but to keep sharing, communicating, and he then concentrate more to find a new way to create. I always designed pictures on this kind of paper. This is a flower. There are butterflies are on the floor. I want to make a paper cut about touching and tasting, feeling that makes people inspired. Then just a sketch. But next, what should I do? I want to make emotions. Leaving for traditional paper cut techniques, color danced on the paper, pursued colorfulness and living. From designing, coloring, cross-cutting, and bending to finish needed at least 2 to 3 months. Every piece is an experiment. This time, he discovered flowers and butterflies should convey his concept more. If you stand on the mountain of the same height in England, would be cold and snow rain. But it's still warm in Taiwan. There's even butterflies all there. Really, I like them floating, drifting, in the sky. Those butterflies are flying. I think that's me. I'm wondering too. Came all the way to here. Tim always asked, is he Taiwanese or British? I dreamt butterfly, or is it butterfly who dreamt me? Seemed like nothing is there, is a foreigner's lonely feeling. Through this blank feeling, Tim is relieved at last, because no matter these, when the butterflies is always surrounded by flowers, isn't it happiness? At first, he just wanted to concentrate on one thing. Spending 10 years, Tim have his own style of paper cutting. After he left workshop, went in gallery's famous restaurant, even product packages. Our paper cutting artist Tim Breton, come with us today. Tim made paper cutting turn to 2D to 3D, using designing experience that he used in England theaters. The hanging works reflects the light, making lighting effects just like the theater. Colleagues in the past, students came to cheer him up from Workpiece, saw Tim's courage. I think that white light, I like it very much. Then purple, the purple butterfly scene. Because I love purple most. Purple is beautiful, many layers in it. I think it's great. Actually quite surprised. Before we always thought he'd teach English and dedicate a lot from children. Didn't think that he would do something artistic. The middle-aged crisis who don't understand teachers become a paper cut artist. Tim started to share more people in his concept. Many famous people became his student. The little boy Daniel is always there. So Daniel is himself and son's epitome. When young, he told me, I don't believe it, but now I see it more and more similar, because before it young looked very strange. That's not me. I'm so pretty, not like me at all. But now seeing it, it looks very much like my movements when young. The face is very fat, cute and all that. Son grown up, but the little character Daniel did not change. Always opened his arms for new things freely, pursuing and recording new and beautiful. Everyone is finding something that makes one complete. Are used to many years to make me satisfied. When I have Adam, when he is born, I know I want to finish one thing that I wanted to do. Now I have a superstar like him. It's really great. Now I found my way, and art is also fantastic. Every emotion that he observed in Taiwan became his nutrition to take again his creation. His artist dream, coming to foreign land, continue the passion. Welcome to Taiwan is my home. Next is his sisters, married to here from Harbin. The two opened restaurant together. Ever fought for if your intake should add in more or not, or use such little things. Later you understand too. Because of this insist on details, the two can have this own land just by homeland taste. Everyone said Northeastern girls are bold watching chopping, finish cutting. The knife on the board is a style. See us like this, used to it already. As someone who come here later would be surprised by me. Hey, what are you doing? Chopping just married to here, sister older 4 years, is that her is Wei-Lin. Married early, married to Taiwan 13 years already, seeing brother-in-law come for sister so frequently, she was envious. He would come to her to about 1 or 2 times a month, plane flight, give flowers on Valentine's, then give her surprises, carry to the restaurant. Then a dish opened. Oh, is the present a ring? He did many romantic things. I was envious then. The Taiwanese man in her heart is a nice and considerate as him, but being alone, suddenly she become 30 when she's the age that in our homeland it's early. If not married before 25, people would doubt, does this girl have a problem or what? Why did she remain at home? No one wants her or what? Actually, she's okay because our family don't really force her to marry or what. Go to marry because she did concentrate on business. Still young, concentrate on business more. So mainly she would take her shopping party. Before she opened restaurant here, chef herself too, brought many chefs with her. Jolun worried that she would miss marriage because of work, had her husband brought a friend to visit Harbin, hoped to let her meet her life partner. After happily make this marriage well, Jolun felt sad, cried home secretly. That restaurant myself, because they quite sad. Wiping tears, I'm going to flush the face because she established that difficultly. Then at last, having the results after hard work and study too brought many people. So suddenly marrying to Taiwan, that'll mean she'll did all the hard work that she would feel painful and can't leave her husband. But so when she put on her work, would feel many emotions. Love and business, she chose to go apart from work a while. Jolun can't idle, feared that she would feel homesick, encouraged her to take on North and Eastern dishes that she's good at out the table. Northeastern dishes: sauced ribs, porks, and hens. Sauced means marinated. Simmer the pork bones, the pork leg with the skin. Fry the crispy texture. Put in big pots together. Don't add salt. Marinate Chinese medicine 2 packs. Simmer the whole night to make the skin oily and shiny. Even the bones have the taste. The locals are used to bite boldly with the bones. Coming to Taiwan, the sisters gave this dish a new name. But why call deep golden meat big? Because our meat is really big, and because it's meat inside the bones. Then we think when customers are eating, maybe because it's big, need concentration. Can't care about any other things. Watch it deep-heartedly, eating it clean to the last beat. The sisters may be because it's colder, they have strong characters, so is this dish's name too. Northeastern girls' vision of love is like Northeastern girls, it's about love, or say, boys, once we approve them, no matter where he is or any place, we would want to follow him. Maybe say, we girls are used to, I approved you this day, say this life is yours, would follow you the whole life. The sisters followed their loved ones to here, but the Northeastern girl's personality couldn't be thrown. We think it's because we Northeastern people have strong personality. Everyone girls, Northeast girls, even they have wealthy background, she would want a job of her own business, don't want to rely on boys because relying on men would feel embarrassed. So in the North, at least we have something to do ourselves. Some girls even earn more than men. Strong personality, straight tempered, Jolun cooks will have a softer personality, service the guests. But for work, it's often two that have Northeastern temper. I open the door and tell her, I said the chef, the onion cake, add more onion for me. The customer said she want more onion. I agreed to the guest, said, oh, okay, no problem. Of course, we do the best to satisfy the guests. Customers' requests should be satisfied. When I open the window and add onion, please, she said no. I asked why not? This is easy. She said no. Just can't add any onion. Like today, I fried this onion cake, wanted it to be round, golden, crispy, soft inside. If I add the onion, then add other flavorings. If you roll it together, you open and fry, the cake won't be smooth, and the onion outside will be burned. It's not round. When it's fried, it won't be crispy outside, soft inside, so I cannot add if you make it after days of Cold War. It's the big sister who bent down. Deliciousness is first priority. I'm straight, like northeastern people, speaking straight, speaking whatever, can't turn. Then you can speak mildly or say to her, I would add later for you. Perhaps our personality is straight, so say everything or whatever I thought. Speaking, the two still cooperate well. The sour cabbage northeastern girls made, the sisters asked old mother from northeast came to help. She have abundant experience to rearrange the process of making sour cabbage that is made in -30 Celsius degrees, overcame the difference of time and weather. Cabbage layer the salt, pressing a big stone at last, make the vegetable discharge waterways to make it firm and brittle. Marinate in a big tub. Mom told us after 10 days after does our vegetable would turn better. The fairgrounds of sour vegetable aroma may be days ahead. It's just terminated, it'll be turned sour. Many people would say sour cabbage would eat in a week or two. That's right, having the sourness. This sour cabbage is like didn't fermentate to a balance. It's popular to use sour cabbage for hot pot in Taiwan. Eating a sour cabbage pot is their homeland taste. Actually, this sour cabbage and pork would be their another dish. In our homeland, every house would marinate cabbages. Then when young would raise some pigs. Then every year when it's the new year, the cabbages would be done. The pigs grew fat too, then start to kill pigs, have a new year. Then would cook too. In the process of killing pigs, taken down, killed pigs in blood, taking kidneys and heart, become a fried dish. It will be a dish for in the pot sour cabbage pork. And the blood sausage filled with pig blood, the warm soup celebrate the new year in the cold winter. It have a sequence. If you put sour cabbage first, the sour wouldn't be that smooth. Should put bones first, boil the bones till dense. Put sour cabbage then and put blood sausage, so it tastes as sour as the cabbage, aroma of meat, and it won't be too greasy. Besides Chinese New Year, another chance to eat good things is this simmered chickered mushroom. There's a good saying, when relatives come in, chicken will have no souls no more, because every family would raise chicken, say hubby. Hubby means my husband, and my mom would call hubby. Then this hubby, yes, when he goes in our house to eat, my mom had to kill a chicken for him. After killing the chicken, using wild mushroom and fungus, simmer it. It's interesting for mother-in-law to see son-in-law. Fry the chicken first, simmer with these mushroom. In Northeast, it means the love from the mother-in-law. Of course, their husband had this meal for their mother. Then they can marry to Taiwan. We opened this shop for long. There are customers who say, only your husband is so rich can open a shop to let you play. Actually, that's not. We're expressing seriously. We want to make something delicious homeland cuisine, sharing with people around us. Still, it's the strongness of northeastern girls. Don't want to lose, don't want to be lowered down. The two approved with their home cuisine in homeland New Taiwan. With themselves, they can earn a sky too. Today, these newcomers have their stubborn part, but the result is good. They are insisting for something better. Thank you for watching. See you next time.